there, welcome back to Limabean Living. In today's video, I am going to walk you through 2 easy Dollar Tree DIYs using the tower game blocks. The first are these 3 mirrors. I picked up 3 of these mirrors and used 1.5 cases of the blocks for each mirror. So to make 3, you will need a total of 5 tower games and you will have 18 blocks left over. You will also need to have some type of poster board and foam board. You could probably use cereal boxes for the poster board, but I wanted to make the back of my mirrors look a little bit more professional. Since I love making crafts with the tower blocks, I usually buy a ton of the games and stain all of the pieces with some Martha Stewart wood stain I have on hand. Afterwards, I throw all the stained pieces in a big bag so they are ready for my next craft. That is why some of my pieces are darker than the ones you get from the store. I began by hot gluing 3 pieces together until I went through the 162 pieces I needed for the 3 mirrors. I then disassembled the mirrors and created a little border for the mirror using the foam board by tracing the mirror and then used my ruler to trace the border. You will see later on that this border turned out to be a little too wide, so I had to trim it down. You will probably want to aim to have it be about 1 inch wide. After cutting out the borders and their center pieces, I inserted the mirrors into the centers. You want to make sure that they fit snug, but be careful when you are inserting them. You might be able to see that one of my mirrors actually broke in the corner as I was trying to push it down. Luckily, most of the broken part was hidden in the final product. Then I took my glued block squares and laid them on the border of the mirror before I did any gluing. Once I was happy with how the mirror would turn out, I glued together the side pieces and then proceeded to glue these to the foam frame. The next step is to finish up the back of the mirror. Using my black poster board, I trimmed rectangles big enough to cover the entire backing. But before gluing it down, I removed the little metal hanging pieces from the cardboard backing that came with the mirror, made 2 cuts in the poster board, and inserted these metal hangers. You want to make sure that you measure so that this metal hanger is in the center of your new mirror, so that it won't hang crooked. After gluing down the back, the mirrors were done and ready to be hung. I decided to hang the 3 mirrors in my entryway, but first I had to remove the streamers I used to decorate for my husband's homecoming from deployment. If you are curious about the meaning behind the colors, make sure to check out my very first video on this channel. But keep in mind, it was my first video, so cut me some slack on the editing. Anyways, after a little bit of measuring, the mirrors were hung and I really like how they turned out. Factoring in the amount of each supply that was actually used per mirror, these mirrors came out to about $2.50 each. Not bad if I do say so myself. The next DIY is actually an expansion of a DIY that I made in a previous video. So I will go ahead and link the video for the basic instructions up above and in the description box below if you want to know the fine details. To make the larger octagon shelf, I began by gluing 2 tower game blocks together at the ends to make one long piece. For the sake of simplicity, I will call this a side for the remainder of the tutorial. Then, since the inner angles of an octagon will be the same no matter the length of the sides, I used my original template to form my larger shelf. I aligned 2 of the side pieces along the template and took a 3rd side piece and hot glued it to the top of the other 2 so that the ends of the 2nd layer side fell at the center of the bottom layer sides. I hope that makes sense. Then I rotated the glued pieces and repeated the process until the first 2 layers were complete. I then laid out the next layer, and once I liked how it looked, I glued the sides down. For this larger octagon shelf, I had a total of 4 layers and then glued 12 blocks together to form a flat shelf to insert and rest in the octagon. To hang these guys, I used 2 push pins for the larger octagon and 1 push pin for each of the smaller octagons. I finished them off by placing some of the fake roses we used as decoration at my wedding inside and called it a day. I really like how this wall art turned out, and for a total of about $3.50 for the entire thing, I think this is a major win. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you are new to Limabean Living, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe. I pretty much have a playlist for everything, so jump into some comfy pants, sit back, and enjoy. I've got delicious recipes, vlogs, crafts, cleaning and organizing, and more. So please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next one. Woohoo! You've made it to the end of the video. If you didn't know already, my name is Emily from Limabean Living. Welcome. We are so happy to have you. We post videos every Monday and Friday on a variety of content: lifestyle, cooking, cleaning, military life, DIYs, encouraging mathematical development in children, and so much more. Thank you so much again for watching, and until next time.